never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine, I'm not.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. Today I want to talk about something that I have not talked about in a while here on the channel, and that is the National Basketball Association. Now, I know the NBA All-Star break comes up in the middle of next month. They're always off for a week or so, the week of Valentine's Day, and they consider that the halfway point of the season, but it's way past the halfway point of the season, just like Major League Baseball has their All-Star break after about 90 games, so they're past halfway, but yet it's called the halfway point of the season. By the time the NBA All-Star game gets here, most of the teams are going to play right around 55 games, so you're going to have less than 30 games to go in the regular season by the time the All-Star break gets here. But as far as game-wise, since there's 82 games, and most teams now have played 45, 46 games, we're a little bit past the halfway point of the regular season as far as games being played. So I figured I'd go ahead and come on here and give you the top 10 in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, because since they have the play-in tournaments now, it's no longer 8 teams that go to the playoffs. They consider the play-in tournament part of the playoffs. So there's 10 teams from the East and 10 teams from the West that go to the playoffs. But if you're a longtime NBA fan, if I'm right, please let me know. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments section down below. While you're there, make sure you give the video a like, give the video a thumbs up, and share the video on all social media platforms. But it seems like the NBA is now just become an entire league of a bunch of whiny babies. And I don't remember it being this bad until LeBron James came along. And it seems like ever since LeBron came along and just become a complete 100% whiny child, that it's turned the whole league into that. And I think that holds the NBA back, because you're going to have 4 or 5 guys that are babies. That happens in every sport. But there's no way you're going to convince me that every single player that plays in the NBA is a whiny baby. But I've lost respect for Patrick Mahomes in the NFL, because Patrick Mahomes has turned into a whiny baby. But LeBron James' whole career, he's always been the type that's 6'8", 275 pounds, and if you breathe on him, he'll flop and say it's a foul. Well, now it's hard to watch the NBA, because now you'll see guys on defense go out there and clothesline somebody, and then the referee blows the whistle and calls a foul, and they'll say, "Oh, me? What did I do? That wasn't a foul." When every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's watching on TV or in the stadium seen you clothesline the guy. You basically committed an assault. How was it not a foul? And it's like, oh my gosh, let's stop. That was a foul. And then when they have the ball and they're coming up the court, they'll be wide open and shoot the ball and then turn around to the ref and say, I was fouled when there was nobody within 25 feet. But I don't remember things like that happening until LeBron came along and become the king of flops. And now it seems like it's every player in the NBA. The only time a player actually admits to a foul is if they've got a teammate that's in foul trouble and they're about to either get their fifth foul or get their sixth and foul out. They'll throw their hand up and say, hey, that was on me. I made the foul. But outside of that, no NBA player thinks they ever foul anybody. When you can watch with one eye closed and see that they fouled somebody. And it just gets on my ever-loving nerve. But the top 10 right now in the Eastern Conference is the Celtics, the Bucks, the Philadelphia 76ers, the New York Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Indiana Pacers, the Miami Heat, and the Orlando Magic, who seem like they have been rebuilding ever since Shaquille O'Neal was there, finally having a good year, sitting with the 8th spot right now. And then we have the Chicago Bulls with the 9 seed, and the Atlanta Hawks have the 10 seed right now, a half a game over the Nets. Now, remember, these were the games as of yesterday morning. So I'm not counting all the games from last night. So if your team played last night, they might be a little up or a little back depending on if they won or lost. But these are all the games as of yesterday morning. I know there's a lot of NBA games every week on Monday night. And the Atlanta Hawks are doing the same thing I've talked about numerous times here on the channel. You see it in every sport, but it seems like the NBA is the worst, where you see coaches that just continuously get fired for sucking everywhere they go, but yet they keep getting jobs. I've never understood it, and I never will. And the Hawks fired Nate McMillan, who had turned them around last year, and they hired Quinn Snyder, who's coached in college and the NBA, and he's sucked everywhere he's been. But yet they fired Nate McMillan to bring in Quinn Snyder, and guess what? He sucks again. Well, why did you expect something different? If the guy has sucked everywhere he's ever coached, then chances are when he coaches your team, he's going to suck. On the Western Conference side, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder with the number 1 seed right now, followed by the Minnesota Timberwolves, Los Angeles Clippers, Denver Nuggets, Sacramento Kings, the Phoenix Suns, the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Dallas Mavericks. The 9 seed right now is the Los Angeles Lakers, and the 10 seed is the Utah Jazz, who have a 2-game lead over the team currently in the 11th spot, which is the Houston Rockets. And amazing that the Golden State Warriors are not there. You talk about a team that just fell off the map so suddenly. They still have their main nucleus of guys there, but they're just not the team they used to be, and it's not even close. Any thoughts on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Homes for Our Troops is a publicly funded 501c nonprofit organization that builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Since the 2004 inception, nearly 90 cents of every dollar spent has gone directly to our program services for veterans. Visit at hfotusa.org. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. My next door neighbor and I have always been good friends. So we decided to share our water supply. We got along well. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.